Parshas Pinchas, Tavshin Daled. We're coming to you once again from the friendly confines of Bika Cholam of Lakewood. Beautiful, spanking, brand new, beautiful, state-of-the-art building that does so much chesed here. I feel privileged once again to be able to give the shiur over here, and we do it every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Parsha begins. Pinchas ben Elazar ben Aaron HaKohen Heishiv es Chamasi me'al b'nei Yisrael v'lo chilisi es b'nei Yisrael b'kinasi. That Pinchas was the one that saved Klal Yisrael. HaKadosh Baruch Hu was on the verge of destroying Klal Yisrael for chatoim that they did. And Pinchas came along, the Pasuk is telling us that Pinchas came along and he saved the day. Pinchas caused, and Pinchas was the one who saved Klal Yisrael. He caused that Hashem should not take out his anger on Klal Yisrael. Chas v'shalom. And the Pasuk continues, the Parsha continues. And since Pinchas, since you did that, you did this unbelievable feat, you were able to do this, Pinchas, the Pasuk says, you know what? HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, I'm going to give Pinchas something for this. The Pasuk continues, L'chein emor, hineni noisein loi es prisi shalai. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says to Pinchas, that, you know what? Pinchas, you're going to get this big, big reward, and this reward is shalom. So Nesivos Shalom says that we need to explain, we need to analyze exactly what this bracha of shalom is. And we know it had to be a really, really great reward because it was just given to Pinchas for saving the entire Klal Yisrael. And Hashem said, because you saved Klal Yisrael, I'm now going to give you this big bracha. And what is this bracha? The bracha is shalom. It must have been a very, very big bracha. Pinchas saved Klal Yisrael from destruction. The Pasuk says, "V'lo chilisi es b'nei Yisrael." Because of what you did, Pinchas, we did not punish Klal Yisrael. So it must be a very deep bracha, says the Nesivos Shalom. Chazal tell us, it's a medrash in Shiur Shiur, very, very interesting medrash actually. And we will sum up the medrash in a couple of words. The medrash tells us that Pinchas ze Eliyahu. That Eliyahu Hanavi, that we speak about later years, and the Navi and all of that, Pinchas ze Eliyahu. They are one and the same. That Pinchas, either he became, or Pinchas continued living, Pinchas is Eliyahu Hanavi. And we know, what does Eliyahu Hanavi do? We know, the Mishnah says in Ediyus, that Eliyahu Hanavi is the one who comes to bring shalom to the world. So we see, the Medrash says, Pinchas Eliyahu, Pinchas got the bracha of shalom, and we know the Mishnah says that Eliyahu Hanavi is going to be the one to bring shalom to the world. So the Medrash tells us, Pinchas Eliyahu. It's the same person. So what does that actually mean? How do we explain all of this? What does Pinchas Eliyahu mean? Does it mean, the Nesivos Shalom wants to know, does it mean that Pinchas did not die? That Pinchas just stayed alive and then somehow became Eliyahu? Because to say that Pinchas actually never died is very interesting to say, because even Moshe Rabbeinu, who was on such a high madrega, nobody was ever on the madrega of Moshe Rabbeinu, even by Moshe Rabbeinu, it doesn't say that Moshe Rabbeinu was zeicher to that somehow he stayed alive forever. And then by Pinchas Eliyahu, we know Eliyahu, it says Eliyahu is going to be the one to bring shalom to the world. He's going to be the one who's going to be mavaseh the geula. And we don't even find that Moshe Rabbeinu it was that way. And we also don't find that the Torah, even if it's such a big thing that Pinchas was going to stay alive and that was his reward and everything, the Torah doesn't mention it at all. The Torah does not even allude to this. And the fact that he's going to come be mavaseh, the final geula, would be something that the Torah would speak about. That he would stay alive. The Medrash on our Parsha, now back to the Medrash in Parshas Pinchas, it tells us the Medrash has the same question also, that Pinchas was zeicha to this bracha of shalom. The Medrash tells us just how big this bracha of shalom actually is. The Medrash brings a bunch of things that we would refer to with shalom. We know the Torah is called shalom and has a lot to do with the title of this shiur, Nesivos Shalom. The Pasuk, we said, Derocheh Darchei Noyam, we know, B'chol Nesivos Shalom. The Torah is called Shalom. And incidentally, a lesson to be learned from there is how much you really have to have Shalom in order to have Torah. The ways of the Torah, the name of the Torah is called Shalom. So a person should never think that he could be a Baal Machlokes, and you could be involved in a Machlokes, and without getting into any details about anything, right? But a person shouldn't think that you could be involved in a Machlokes and talk Lashon Hara, do all these things. No. Shalom is the way of the Torah. There are Chardach B'noyim. We know we end Tefillah, Hamavarech Amo Yisrael B'Shalom. We end Berachos Kahanim, Yisah Hashem Panav Elecha, V'Yasem L'cha Shalom. Also, that all these things end with Shalom. We know that Shalom, why Shalom is the Kli Machzik Bracha. People sometimes, you run to this rabbi, to this person, you want a bracha, this person gets a bracha, that gets a bracha. The glue that holds it all together, what actually lets you be mekabel the bracha, that's Shalom. Shalom is known as the Kli Machzik Bracha. That's what holds the bracha together for you. It keeps the brachas, sai of ruchnius and sai of gashmius, any bracha that you may have, Shalom is what keeps it together. HaKadosh Baruch Hu's name is Shalom, says the Medrash. It's one of the names of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shabbos in different places is called Shalom also. And all these things that were mentioned, this great bracha of Shalom, which is referred to in HaKadosh Baruch Hu's name, and Shabbos, and Torah, and everything, this is the bracha. This is the bracha that was given to Pinchas in our Parsha. And that's the biggest bracha somebody could have, because that bracha of Shalom, that includes everything. That holds everything together. Okay, so what is this Shalom? The Shiloh we had at the beginning of the Shiur. Okay, it's great, it's big and everything. But what is Shalom? Now, Shalom doesn't mean what the average person thinks is Shalom. And it didn't get lost on me when I was preparing the Shiur. I was thinking about it today. That if people remember that in I think it was 1993, when they signed that ridiculous piece of paper, the Oslo Accords, right? And then they signed the paper, and there was peace. And unfortunately, we all know what's going on in Eretz Yisrael right at this very moment that we're speaking. Baruch Hashem, the Chesed HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that Klal Yisrael is intact, and nobody has gotten hurt. There haven't been any fatalities or casualties. Baruch Hashem. But we see what's happening. But that's called peace. If the average person in the world thinks you have the absence of fighting, the absence of war for 5 minutes, we're at peace. Torah, that's not peace. That is not peace. Shalom is not that. That is not, peace accords, Oslo peace accords, this peace accord, all those peace accords, you know where they could go. I don't know if they have a garbage can here in this room right now. It's on the other side. We're not going to go. But that is where that all belongs. That is not Shalom. So Nesivos Shalom is a very interesting point, an interesting idea what Shalom is, and it's a tremendous chiddush, and it's a beautiful, if you concentrate for a second, you're going to hear something very beautiful. It says, before the pagam of the Eitz Hadas, the eight from the Eitz Hadas, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world with Ra and Toiv. There was bad and there was good. Two distinctly separate things. There was all good. Whatever was good was all good. And whatever was bad was all bad. And that's why HaKadosh Baruch Hu created it. He created it good and bad. Once the Chet of the Eitz Hadas happened, what was the Pagam of the Eitz Hadas? The Pagam of the Eitz Hadas, says in Nesivos Shalom, is now everything got mixed together. There's nothing purely good anymore. In other words, and until the world has its ultimate tikkun, until Mashiach comes, this is the way it's going to be. That good is mixed with bad. Now, let's think about it like this. Imagine a valuable metal, gold. If you filter it and you go through gold or silver or anything like that, there are always going to be in the purest thing that you think is pure, there are always going to be impurities in there. Every food, there's no purely good food. There's a shell, there's psoilus, there's things, there's a byproduct to food. Nothing is totally good. Everything is intertwined. When Mashiach comes, what's going to happen, says Nesivos Shalom? It's all going to separate again. Good is going to be purely good. And what is the way back to Shleimus? What is the way back to getting the world back to Shleimus, that we should be back to that point again? That is Shalom. Shalom is the path to pure good. And that is why the name of HaKadosh Baruch Hu is Shalom. And that is why Shabbos Kodesh is called Shalom. because it's a whole other level and a whole other madrega, not just the absence of machlokes. Shalom means things being complete. Shleimus. The Torah is shalom. Why? Why is the Torah shalom? Because the Torah brings shleimus to a person. That's what shalom means. It's the shirish of shalom also. Shabbos, we know, is me'ein olam haba, because Shabbos is me'ein, the world of shleimus. And olam haba, that's shleimus. Shabbos is me'ein shleimus. It's a taste of the world. Me'ein olam haba. It's a taste of the world that we're going to have after Mashiach arrives. Zot Nesivos Shalom. This is what Pinchas accomplished. This is what Pinchas did with his Mesiras Nefesh. After the chait that happened in last week's Parsha, Klal Yisrael was on the verge of being destroyed. And Pinchas is the one who got up and he made the effort to restore the shleimus of Klal Yisrael. Klal Yisrael was on the verge of being gone. And Pinchas got it all back together. Therefore, now we can understand, the reward was exactly relevant to that. It was Midah Keneged Midah. The bris of Shalom is exactly, right, it is exactly what Pinchas did. He got a reward of Midah Keneged Midah. We know that the Shalom, if you take a look, if you're standing next to the Sefer Torah, the Shabbos, or if you look in a copy of the Sefer Torah in a Tikkun, you'll see that the Vav of Shalom is a Vav Ketiyah. It's a Vav, it actually has a gap, and I've seen already people stop. No, the Sefer Torah is puzzle. No, Sefer Torah is kosher, and if that's the way it's supposed to be, there is a cut in the letter Vav of Shalom. Nesivos Shalom said that alludes to the fact that that Vav could come out. Shalom is Shalom. It teaches us shleimus. They take out that Vav, and you have Shalom. You have something that's complete. So Pinchas got the bracha that we're only really going to be zoicha to when Mashiach comes. That bracha of shleimus, that bracha of being complete. In Olam Hazeh, people are not zoicha to that. And who was? Pinchas was zoicha to that bracha. And now, since Pinchas was zoicha to that, and he was not anymore in the pagam of the Eitz Hadas, the pagam of the Eitz Hadas that there wasn't shleimus, and now Pinchas was the one who was zoicha to this bracha of Shalom. Now we understand why Pinchas was not in the parsha of Misa anymore. Pinchas was not, when was Misa Nigzar? After the Eitz Hadas. So Pinchas removed himself from that. He got the bracha of Shalom, he got the bracha of Shleimus because he was the one who brought back Shleimus, and now Pinchas was exempt from that Gzeira. Pinchas there was no Gzeira of Misa on him anymore. And that's also Pinchas Eliyahu, that because Eliyahu is going to be the one to bring Shleimus to the world. He's going to be the one who's going to be Mavasa the Geula, which will tell us that we're going to have the Tikkun Gomer, Shabib and Heri Amenu, right? That is why. So Pinchas Zelio, Pinchas is the one who stayed alive, and Pinchas is the one who actually certainly deserves the bracha of Shalom. I just want to end off by saying this week, this coming Tuesday, if Mashiach doesn't come before then, we're going to have a fast for Shavuos B'Tammuz. And everybody knows the reason we're still in Golus. It's not a secret. The Beis HaMikdash, the second Beis HaMikdash, was destroyed because of Sinas Chinam. And what a better time, is there a better time than this week's Parsha, the week of Shavuos B'Tammuz, to learn this lesson of when are we finally going to learn that we could look what's going on in the world today. What's going on in Eretz Yisrael is stam, unbelievable, crazy, right? But look what's going on in the world today. There's so much Torah being learned. More Torah than who knows, generation to generation. There's so much chesed being done. And yet, we're still sitting here in Golus because we refuse to learn the lessons of why the Beis HaMikdash was destroyed. It was destroyed because of Sinas Chinam. It was destroyed because of Machlokes. It was destroyed because we cannot get along one with the other. And that's the lesson of this Parsha. Without Shalom, we don't have anything. Shalom is the Kli Machzik Bracha. And in Mirz Hashem, Shalom is going to be the thing that's going to bring us to the Tikkun Gomer. And Pinchas Eliyahu should come, Eliyahu should be here this week and be Mevaser the Geula.